Side hustles. Over 75 billion was generated from side hustles last year. With over 20 million people doing side hustles, 5% of them earn up to £10,000 a month. In this video, I spent some time doing a top 5 side hustles, which include car flipping, furniture flipping, vending machine, UberEats, phone flipping, and one mystery side hustle that not a lot of people are talking about. At the end of the video, I'll show you how much money I made from doing each and every side hustle. The first side hustle I did was car flipping. Right, so the first car that I went to look at, I personally think it was a scam, and I need you lot to be the judges. Let me know what you think, right? You see this gentleman here? He's walking going that side, right? Just keep that in mind. He's walking going that side, right? So now the seller comes out. He's showing me the car. We're talking about the car.
Body work mainly.
Yeah, nah, this one I'm not even worried about. Just seen it.
Mainly, yeah. Look at the MOT thing.
Now, these in the pictures, you couldn't actually see it, but looking at it in real life, you could see that there's a hole there, and then they try to patch it with like some black tape.
And you say it drives okay, yeah?
Yeah, you can drive it, no problem. It's got MOT tax insurance.
Now, prior to coming to view this car, I knew the car had damage at the front, but the seller kept playing it off a small minor damage, but you could clearly see this needs a whole front bumper. The damage is actually massive.
Oh.
I think she fixed the oil leak.
Yeah, because I seen the oil leak. I was looking at it yesterday.
And then it was just maybe.
Right now, remember this gentleman from earlier? He's now walking towards us, and he is interested in buying a car. All over a sudden, he's a buyer.
But this brother been messaging me as well, and I didn't know, you know, sometimes.
Is it?
Yeah, because I had to take my son out today as well.
So he's basically also interested.
But I didn't know you both gonna come to the same time, you know. He was like, I didn't say that first, but.
Right, did you catch it? They're basically trying to pressure sell me the car. It's kind of like, if I don't buy the car, this guy's gonna buy the car, so I need to buy the car like right now before he buys. You get it?
Let's go start.
And then this guy just kept acting like a genuine buyer. It was funny to see because I already knew what it was on. Right, so yeah, I ended up not buying that car because the damage, and then I just felt like these lot were just playing mind games. So I'm just gonna keep looking on Facebook and eBay. I know I'll get something hopefully soon. Right, so a few days later, these popped up on eBay, but the only problem is it's in London and I'm all the way in Derby, and that's like 2.5 hour drive, but
so I can't turn I mean, probably you wouldn't see it now, but there should be a light underneath here. This doesn't always come on in the night, so if I turn it on now,
Right.
all the lights should turn on, and this one. So you have to hit it with your finger, it comes on.
Come on, right.
And this
So is
one,
that right?
and this one also has a background light. It doesn't always come on, but again, sometimes it comes on. So it's probably just a loose contact somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Need a new bumper, I would say.
Have you looked into fixing it, and have you ever got a quote for
I
it?
did ask. You said probably in the region of 300 just to fix this. And the bumper, you can probably find it around 60 quid. Apart from being economical, because we don't really drive it that much.
Fair enough.
This is 74,000 miles. Well, I don't think you'll find this cheap. I only priced it this way because of the damage. Otherwise, you'll pay probably 1,500. I wouldn't go lower than that. But looking at the mechanic, he said 300 for the repair plus the bumper 100. Well, there you go.
You want to do 950?
I'll do 950, yeah.
Yo, this car is too high. Just like, bro, if this all works, I'm thinking we just need to get that panel sorted. £200. I paid 950. Bring the whole cost to 1.2 and then flip for 1.8. 1 point something like that. Yo, I couldn't. I'm trying to find the button that opens the fuel cup, and I can't find it, brother. Oh, is it? No, that's for the bonnet. Oh, hold up, I need to call him. Brother, how'd you open it? Yeah, man, sorry to bother you. How'd you open the fuel cup? Is there a button?
Yeah, next to your seat, the driver's seat, on the floor, there's a little button.
Oh, the little thing at the bottom. Okay, thank you. Right. The car feels good. It's just, I need to get used to it. I've been driving for like 5 minutes, and I think I'm now used to it. I've put full tank in the car, so we're good. I'm not worried about fuel. This is me back at home, and I drove this car for 2 hours and a half, and mechanically the car is perfectly fine. Needs a good hoover. Imagine if you got service history in here, bro. If you got service history, oh my days, you might actually. Oh no, I was excited. Yeah, it doesn't have a big boot, but oh well. Right, so the plan is simple. I just need to get the damage sorted, and then I can sell the car. So the following day, I went to different body shops and got a quote.
Oh dear,
I know.
That needs a bit of a pull.
Right.
Pull it back out, and I don't have any equipment to pull it out with.
Is it?
But the only problem is, to pull this back out, it's gone in quite a long way.
Quite a lot, yeah, I know. I can imagine.
The best thing to do is to get another bumper first.
Right.
And then we can see what we can do. But if we do manage to get it done, then you will have the bumper to spray, the quarter panel to spray, and the door to spray.
Okay.
For the color match. Roughly, if we get everything together, you'll be looking at about roughly 450 to do it. Plus your bumper.
Yep, I was not gonna pay that, so I went to a different body shop, and his quote made sense.
You want to fix normal, or you want to be 100%?
No, normal, not 100%, just normal.
If it's a normal, it costs you 250.
Yep, he only wanted 250. So at the end of the video, you're gonna see how much money I spent and how much money I made when I sold the car. But for now, the next side hustle is right. So the next side hustle I'm gonna try is fund flipping. This is basically where you go to online marketplaces like Facebook and eBay, buy funds for cheap, and then you put them back on the same platform, selling them for a profit. For the next few days, I'm gonna test this side hustle and see how much money we can make. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does everything work?
Yeah.
No problem with the phone?
No.
Right, just count that money. Just long as you say the phone is not going to get locked off. Speakers, everything works, yeah?
Yeah, man. I've had an upgrade, that's all. So I've had a new phone.
What phone have you had now?
I've had the 15 Pro Max now.
Right, don't worry, I have it. Thank you so much, I'm happy.
Nice one,
Thank you so much. Right, the phone that you just see me pick up was an iPhone 4 for £208. I then want to try to pick up this iPhone 11 Pro Max for £100, but the phone had a lot of issues. First, every time I try to set up, it wouldn't go past this stage, and it kept bringing up this message. And also, if you look closely, you can see there's dirt in a camera lens, so that means the glass lens was replaced at one point. And also, if you look closely, that is not an original screen. The bezels are too fat. First of all, the screen on the phone was changed, and it won't activate for some reason, so that was a waste of time.
Hey,
You alright?
I'm fine. How are
I
you?
think I've met you before, you know.
Have you?
Yeah, you look familiar.
That's probably because I've been buying and selling iPhones for some time now. Anyway, I picked up this iPhone 11 for £80. I then went and picked up another iPhone 11 which was advertised as 128 gigabytes for £100. Bro, the advert said it's 128 gigabytes. How am I saying 64 gig? I'm just taking bare L's. Yep, I took another L on the iPhone 11 again.
Hello.
You're alright.
I'm fine.
Do you want to? I've just put it on charge so you can see it.
Right, you know this one, right? The camera,
Yeah.
I think the screen was changed or something. You see when you go here, it basically tells you, and that's why the camera is a bit foggy. You see where it says...
My daughter said the camera's foggy, but
yeah,
I'm
the
not,
camera's a
I
bit...
didn't put that.
Yeah, no, the
It's
camera
just-
is a bit... Camera's a bit foggy. That's
You
giving
don't
me
want
headache. No.
Right, okay.
Sorry about that.
No
No worries,
worries.
cheers.
Thank you.
Yep, that's another one that I can't buy because the camera was foggy. Yeah. Does everything work apart from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
crock
fine. Everything boxed,
Yeah.
order and that.
Just double count it. 100, yeah?
Yeah. Lovely, thank you.
Alright, no worries. Thank you so much. Cheers. This is the iPhone I just picked up. See, it's the iPhone 13, but the back is cracked. It's not even heavily cracked, but that's it. Again, I paid £100. The person listed it for £80, but he said somebody else was on the way to pick it, so I just lowballed them and said, look, I'll give you £100. So I just made a higher offer for them because I knew I would still make money anyway, so. Yes, mate.
Oh, you're right, mate.
I'm fine. Right, does everything work?
Oh yeah.
Like
It's
everything
been-
works?
Yeah,
Cause
you can test it if you want.
no, I'm gonna take
She's
your
left
word.
the case on for you.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is mint condition.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
she
wow.
just upgraded. That's all. I bought her.
I can imagine she got quite a lot of messages about it.
Oh, phone's fucking blew up.
No way.
Yeah.
I could imagine that.
No, it's been reset and everything. Everything's
Anyway.
been deleted off it, and
Yeah, no, I'm happy, man. Thank
Yeah,
you so
nice
much.
one.
Thank you so much.
cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Right, so this is the iPhone that I just picked up, and it's the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I paid £270, but these are still going for like 420, 430 if you want to hold out. So, yeah.
Right, furniture flipping. This is where you basically go online on Facebook Marketplace, get furniture for cheap or free, clean it up, and then resell it for a profit.
I flipped this rundown dresser that I found at Goodwill for $45. I sold it for $550. I grabbed these green chairs that I found at Goodwill for $15 each. And I was able to sell these chairs for $300. For $300.
This side hustle heavily relies on the size of the car. So for this video, I'm gonna try it with two different cars, a van and a small car. First, we're gonna start with a small car. Right, so the first piece of furniture I picked up was this two-seater from IKEA, and it was free. The person who was getting rid of it just put it outside their house and then put the address in the description of the listing, and anybody interested could just come and pick it up.
Bro, there's no way this can fit in my car without dismantling it.
Yep, you guessed it. It wouldn't fit in my car, but I had a bunch of screwdrivers, so I just dismantled it. Right, so I got an update on the sofa that I picked up earlier. As soon as I got home, I stripped it, I put it in for a wash, and obviously I've dried it now. And I listed it on Facebook for £30, and somebody is willing to buy it, as long as I can drop it off. And they're going to give me £30 and then £10 for delivery. Right, the next item I picked up was this TV stand.
Okay.
And this small table.
But that's just new, that is. It's not a mark.
No, I'm not gonna, yeah. I'm so happy,
Okay,
man.
mate.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Cheers.
Guess how much I paid for it? Zero. Nothing.
Yeah, this is Buffalo, so that's the TV stand. It's in really good condition, actually. It's in very good condition, and we didn't pay a penny for it.
I listed them on Facebook, and the following day somebody bought it for £30. And then I went and picked up this sofa bed, but it wasn't a sofa bed, but it had a mattress, but it was a sofa. I don't know what to call it, but I paid absolutely nothing for it. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna set it up. I'm just gonna take pictures like this and just flip it how it is. And then there's a mattress part. I'll be honest with you, the mattress is being a bit mad. Right, so the next piece of furniture I had to pick up could not fit in my car, so I used the van. It was a sofa bed and a set of bedroom drawers.
Alright.
Right, we just picked this one up. This is the drawer that we just picked up. Not gonna lie to you, needs a proper clean, and it's not modern, it's one of those old ones, so I might struggle to sell this. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it looks fine. And then we got this one now. This is a sofa bed. I'm not gonna lie to you, in the pictures it looked like it was in good condition, but it's not in the best condition. I don't know how I'm gonna sell this one, but I'm gonna take some pictures now and probably just put both of them for cheap. Right, the next side hustle was smart TV flipping, and I know you lot are gonna be like, but we've never heard of this, which is true. You've never heard of it, but just hear me out. I personally think smart TV flipping is a lot better than phone flipping. I know that's a big thing to say, but just hear me out. iPhone, you're gonna go invest £200 and then you're gonna sell it for £280. So you've invested £200, right? A TV like this, I'll go and spend £70 and I'll resell it for £160. And we ideally getting the same sort of returns, but the difference is I'm only investing £60. And because there's not a lot of people doing this side hustle, TVs are selling quicker than iPhones. So for the next few minutes, I'm gonna try this side hustle, and at the end of the video, we're gonna see how much money I've made. Right, so the first TV I picked up was the Sony 50-inch for £100. This typically sell between £160 to £190. See, now for the next TV I picked up, I genuinely couldn't believe it. It was this 43-inch Sony Smart TV, and the person only wanted £50. £50. This TV sell for like 140, 150. Anyway, I went and picked it, and I was paranoid. As soon as I got home, I tested it. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if it works. £40. Why isn't it powering on? Right, I hadn't powered it on, so let's try now. Yep. Right, so the TV works perfectly fine. I bought it for £40. I'll probably flip it for £130, so making us a profit of £90. Right, so I'm on my way to pick up a 55-inch for £80. Yes, I couldn't believe it. Look, that's the TV that I'm gonna pick up. The guy says it's first come first serve, so I need to be first. But if I get this TV, we're looking at about £100 profit, because the TV sells for about £190. Right, so at this point of the challenge, I was very paranoid because I managed to find a brand new Samsung 55-inch 4K smart TV in a box for £150. These TVs are still selling for $350. Why are you only asking for $150? That's the TV in the back that I just picked up, and I don't know, man. The guy seemed a bit off, but I don't want to dip it too much. I didn't even test the TV because it was already in the box, so I'm gonna go test it anyway. But yeah, the TV was fine. I took some pictures, put it up on Facebook Marketplace, and sold it for £240. Right, so the next TV I went and picked up was this LG 48-inch for £80. These are selling for like $160, so it's like £80 profit for us. I then went and picked up this Philips 43-inch for £100. They're still selling for like $140, so it's £40 for us. So now this is where I had my first bit of hiccup with TV flipping. I went and bought the Samsung, and when I got home, the TV was flickering, and I don't know if you could see, and
When I reached out to the seller, he tried to say I'm the one that damaged it during transportation, but I insisted the TV was faulty and then he gave me back my money. I then went and picked up the Samsung TV 48 inch for 120. These are still selling for like 170. And then lastly, to finish this whole side hustle off, I picked up another Samsung TV. And the next side hustle is UberEats. With the current cost of living crisis, Uber has faced backlash for underpaying its riders, and as a result, there have been different demonstrations in different parts of the world. For this challenge, I delivered on UberEats for 5 hours straight, and we are gonna find out how much money I made at the end of the video.
Right, so I am gonna go live now. So the shift has started. Yep, we're live. We've got the first order. I'll take that. Alright.
Right, so time is 4:30 and I've been going for an hour and a half, and I'm getting orders, but I'm not getting orders. Like, I've been getting quite a lot of orders, but I've been rejecting all the orders that are like over 2 miles, and I don't think that's fair because I'm declining over like 80% of the orders. So what I think is fair is me accepting every order, but the only way I can do that is if I'm in a car. So what I've decided is I'm gonna ditch the bike and get a car and do it.
Right, so I'm in the car, and as you can see, the time is 4:47. I'm gonna do Uber from now until 9. Yes. I'm gonna take this one. Right, so time is 9 o'clock and we have made...
Right, vending machines. Vending machine industry has a market share of over £25 billion with up to 25% profit margins on revenue.
In 2018, it made $4,000. 2019, it made $25,000. 2020, it made over $200,000.
For this side hustle, I met up with Errol from Simple Vending in London, and he's going to walk us through how we started this business.
Yes guys, I'm Errol. I'm the founder and CEO of Simple Vending Solutions, and we supply buildings with vending machines.
Why vending machines and how did you start?
So I started doing vending machines from flipping shoes. Actually, when the market in the shoe market started going down, I wanted a longer term investment, something that I knew could make me money every single month.
How long have you actually been doing this, and how many machines do you have at the minute?
Yeah, so I've been doing this for about 2 years. I started in my second year of university, actually placing my first machine and one of the best performing in the building that we are today.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And we already have 12 machines.
How do you speak to these people to be able to trust you and give you a location for you to actually put a machine?
Yeah, so well, I have a script that I use. I preferably go in person and speak to people in person. That's what works for me best.
Okay.
Some people do cold calling and some other outreach methods. I like to go in person. I like to speak to the facility manager. So when you go into a building, you'll have a receptionist. Once you speak to the receptionist, you say you want to speak to the facility manager. Just make up an excuse, get the facility manager to come to you. Once you've got the facility manager, that's when you can start unloading with your knowledge, your scripts, whatever.
Okay. For a person that's actually trying to start this, how much capital do they actually need to start with?
So a generic answer to that would be anything between £1,000 to £2,000 to start with your machine. Now and when I'm talking about that, I'm including price of a machine. Now, if you go and buy from a company, that price is going to be a lot higher. But what a company allows you to do is have some peace of mind because they provide warranty for the first 2 years. So anything that might go wrong in your machine, they will call an engineer. He'll come and fix it free of charge, which is nice to have once you're starting out. Another thing that what you get from a company is something called PAC testing or pack testing. So that just secures your electricity. So when you plug in the machine, it's all tested for electricity purposes. So if there's ever any sort of problems in the building, any power cuts, any sort of fires, your machine cannot be blamed for that, so by law.
What is your best selling? Is it the drinks or is it the snacks? Or is it just, it depends on the season of the year? Like, how does it work?
I think it is quite seasonal. In the winter, you'll find out like the chocolates go a lot more. We don't have a hot drinks machine in this building, but in other buildings, for example, in the cold seasons, hot drinks will go more. So expiry dates we check on the 1st of every month. Then we know exactly what's going to expire, what's coming up to expire. Certain things have a bit more of an expiry date. To be honest with you, drinks go so quick that you don't even need to worry about that. It's snacks for me that you have to double check.
So your biggest margins are on crisps and...
Water.
Is it?
Yeah.
What sort of margins do you get on like chocolate?
We get chocolates at like 40p, sell them for like £1. In revenue, you could be looking about 600 to 700. In profit, you're probably looking anywhere between 300 to 500 because the margins are so high in this business.
Yeah.
Because there isn't a lot of operating overheads. Inside the machine, you normally find like a remote. You have different options. It's different for every machine. This is how you set your prices, set different things, but mainly this is what you want to worry about, your price.
For the years that you've done this, have you had any nightmares where the machine has gotten broken into or anything like that?
No, not necessarily broken into. I think all my locations are quite secure. As you can see, like when you walked in, all the receptionists are nice with us.
What advice would you give to a person starting out?
Firstly, make sure you have your location before you buy your vending machine. Otherwise, your vending machine is just going to sit in your back garden. Secondly, make sure your footfall is right. If you have enough people coming in, then you're going to be profitable. And then I think the last thing is just make sure that you're in it for the long term.
What are your socials that people can actually find you?
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, Simple Vending Solutions, and also on TikTok.
Right, if vending machine is a side hustle that you're interested in, consider following Eero at Simple Vending _ on Instagram and TikTok. Right, so this is the fun part where we go through all the numbers and how much money I made with every side hustle. I am going to start with the least paying side hustle, which was UberEats. I got paid £40.43, and that's me working for 5 hours, because remember, I did an hour on the bike and then I did 4 hours in the car. So if we break it down to how much I paid per hour, it works out as £8, and that's before you pay any insurance or wear and tear on the car. So is it worth it? I'll let you be the judge. Personally, I don't know, maybe I chose the wrong day to work, or maybe I just took the wrong orders. And the next least paying side hustle was furniture flipping. I made £100 furniture flipping, but that's because the last set of drawers and the sofa bed haven't sold yet, so I still got those. I'll be honest with you, I've gotten a lot of interest in a set of drawers, but a lot of them are asking me for measurements, and I've been too busy to give them the measurements, but I know that would have sold for £30. I done this side hustle for like 3 days, so for 3 days, I made £100. Is it worth it? I think it is if you actually got a big car, because again, I was doing it in a small car. And then the next side hustle was phone flipping. Now for phone flipping, I done it for 3 days and I made £350. And also for some reason I was very unlucky on this challenge because I kept getting phones that have faults, and these times I've driven for like 45 minutes to get to the place, and then it's just messy. But I think phone flipping is a very good side hustle, and I encourage you to try it. Right, so the next side hustle is the mystery side hustle that I talked about in the intro of this video, and that was TV flipping. I made £450 from TV flipping, and you need to understand, TV flipping is not being spoken about enough on the internet. Like honestly, TVs are a lot better than iPhones because TVs are cheaper. You're not gonna spend so much money, and you're gonna make the same amount of profits. And also, for whatever reason, TVs are selling quicker than iPhones, and I think the reason is because there's so many people selling iPhones and there's not enough people selling TVs. And also these days iPhones are taking longer to sell, reason being people don't have a lot of money anymore, so when the phone breaks they rather fix it and buy a new one. And then when a TV breaks, where are you gonna take it for fixing? Not a lot of people know where to take the TVs for fixing. They rather go buy another TV from Facebook. So now the last side hustle is car flipping. Now the car hasn't sold yet, but that's because when you buy a car in the UK you need to apply for a V5. I got the V5 today, but I couldn't sell a car without a V5. And also the only availability the body shop that's gonna fix the damage on the car had was 31st of this month, so that's next Friday. I couldn't sell a car before then, but from the research that I've done, similar cars are selling for like 2.5, 2.2. So I am looking to sell this car for £2,000, and that will make us a profit of £800. Right, that's it for this video. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And also thanks to each and every one of you that comments and likes these videos. It genuinely means a lot to me, and thanks for watching. See you next week.